Thanks for tuning into this video. I want to start off this video with a huge thanks and a shout out to Jeanette and Daryl Wells over at Daryl Wells Different Stuff. Yesterday they posted a video with a shout out to our channel, and our subscriptions just went through the roof, so huge shout out to them. If you're not familiar with their channel, I'll leave a link in the comments below or the description, and I'll leave a card somewhere up here, so go check them out. They do a lot of outdoor things, hunting, fishing, snaring, intarsia, lasering. They've got a huge selection of videos on their channel, so go check them out. The other thing I wanted to talk about is right now I'm working on a couple of different videos. One of them is on the multiple uses of duct tape. We all know about, the duct tape can be used for 1,000 different things. I want to get into some of the advanced things they use duct tape for, things like using them for sutures and wound care. And in this case, I had the idea of making containers. The other video that I'm working on is about my time and my training that I spent at the Pathfinder school in Ohio. These two stories kind of come together because while I was working on the duct tape video and doing some research and shooting some B-roll, I started making containers for out of duct tape, and I had a huge aha moment about my time and my training in the Pathfinder school back in last May. And if you want to find out about the aha moment and the huge kind of mind-blowing idea that I had after the fact, you're going to have to stay tuned to the video that's coming out. But I've got this idea where I'm going to give some tips and tricks to people who are who plan on doing the intermediate course in Ohio. No two courses are ever alike, so I'm not giving away any big secrets, but I am going to tell some of my mistakes and the things that I would do differently if I were to do it again, and maybe some tips and ideas for people who are going to do it, including my idea behind duct tape containers. Anyway, so this video is going to be about how I made this, but for the actual why, you're going to have to stay tuned. So the whole idea about making a container out of duct tape and to be able to do it in the field is using very simple tools. So here I have just my standard stainless steel water bottle. The important thing is that whatever you use, the walls must be smooth, otherwise the duct tape will stick to the contours of the bottle, and the bottle can't flare out at the bottom, otherwise the bottom would be bigger than the top, and again it won't come off. Here I'm using a tent peg just so that my duct tape container is just a hair bigger than the bottle. So when I pull the tent peg out, then the duct tape container is just a little bit bigger than the bottle, which allows it to slide off. Otherwise, the duct tape container would be the same size as the bottle, and you'll struggle to get it off. So the first layer really needs to be inside out. Otherwise, your container will have a sticky side. So I'm just wrapping the whole bottle in duct tape with the sticky part out, so that what's touching the bottle is the non-sticky side of the tape. And again, otherwise you'll never get it off. How many layers you put on the inside of the bottle and the outside of the bottle really depends on how long you want to use this bottle for and the application that you need it for. Obviously, the more layers that you use, the more durable the bottle will become. So here I'm starting to put the bottom on the bottle. So the outside layers of tape, I'm putting those on first, and I'm fastening them down. Again, you can really take your time with this and cut each piece so that it really conforms around it, or you can be quick and dirty and have some wrinkles. Again, it really depends on how much time you have and the application that you're using it for. So here I'm making a few slices to get the tape to lie down flat. So now I'm starting to put on the final outside layer on the bottle. You want to be a little bit careful here because you want to make sure that the inner layers and your first outer layer line up. If you don't cover them correctly, then you'll have exposed adhesive either on the inside of the bottle or the outside of the bottle. So this is one place where you want to take your time and make sure that they overlap properly. If they don't, you could always cut the layer off that has the exposed adhesive. So if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. So now I've got enough layers on the bottle that everything is covered, and I'm happy with it. I could continue to add layers if I wanted more durability. Here's the point now where I'm going to remove that tent peg, and you'll see what I mean, that the tent peg leaves a gap inside the bottle where now my duct tape bottle is just a little bit bigger than a stainless steel bottle, and see how easy it slides off. Now I'm getting ready to make the cap. Now the template for the cap, again, can be just about anything. Here I'm using a roll of masking tape because the width of the masking tape is identical to the width of the duct tape, so it makes it convenient. And it's also very convenient, or lucky, that the masking tape was just a little bit bigger than the stainless steel bottle, so I know that it's going to be just a hair bigger and will fit. If you don't have a roll of masking tape, you could use another bottle. You can use just about anything. In a pinch, if you were to take the same stainless steel bottle and put a couple of wraps of duct tape sticking to the bottle, then that would make it just a hair bigger, and then you could use that as a template to wrap it. And then when you take it off, again, it should be a hair bigger than your cup that was made originally. If you really take your time and you're careful where the side wall meets the top wall, what I'm working on here now, if you take your time and do this properly, there's no reason why this cup shouldn't be somewhat waterproof or hold water, at least in a short-term situation. I wouldn't store water into it forever, but there's no reason why it shouldn't hold water in the short term. Well, thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please comment below, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. Thanks guys.